Hey guys, I'm Jake Smith. This is the Bible Noter channel. Let's get into talking about getting closer to God. What's your process? What do you do to stay close to Jesus, to stay close to the King? Personally, for me, it boils down to what I fill my mind with, what I fill my time with. Uh, Romans 8:6 says, "The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace." What you put into your life, that's what you're going to reap here. Um, if it's all about fleshly desires, that's your reward. That's it. So for me, it's a process. In the morning, most of the times it's Bible. I wake up, I get a cup of coffee. I like to sit and read my Bible before I get off the couch and go to work. I feel like it helps me get ready for the day. And then on the way to work, I'm usually listening to some type of Christian content, be it a sermon from Ben Stewart or 20 Questions with Mike Winger or something like that. The idea, though, is to keep my mind on God and my heart focused towards Him so that I can get through the day and reflect Jesus to other people. So in the morning, it's coffee and Bible. On my way to work, it's Christian sermons, podcasts, YouTube channels, stuff like that. If you have a YouTube channel like that, I likely have subscribed or watched you. Um, Prayer all day. A little bit here and there, I'm just talking to God in my head, like, hey, God, what do you think about this? Or give me the patience to get through that. Or how can I help this guy or that guy? At nighttime before I go to bed, on bad days, it's pretty much just prayer or fall asleep. On good days, I like to get out the Bible or get out my Bible app and take notes. I really need to do better about keeping a list of prayer requests. I think these are things that help me stay oriented with Jesus. Also, a big thing is small group. Guys, if you don't have people in your life that love you and love God and do their best to point you towards Jesus, then it's going to be very difficult. I'm sorry if you hear that. My daughter is rollerblading upstairs. um, so, yeah, in the comments, I'd really love to hear about your process. Like, do you have a special time you pray? What's your setup? Stuff like that. I really want to know what does it for you. I think it's important to gauge where we are, like in proximity to God and Jesus, like in our spiritual life, where are we better off than we were last year? It's a brand new year this year, but are you closer to God this year than you were last year? If not, what's changed? I know a lot of times we tend to look for the warm and fuzzies. We gauge how close we are to Jesus by how we feel on the inside if we get this emotional response. But what if I told you that getting closer to Jesus wasn't always a crazy emotional experience? Sometimes it's just about making the choice to move towards Jesus and lean on godly people in your life. James 4:8 says, "Come near to God and he will come near to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded." When you take a step towards Jesus, he takes a step towards you. When you start getting into a season of your life where you're purifying yourself and you just want to look like the king, then you're in a good spot. Guys, I know being a Jesus follower is tough sometimes, but the Bible tells us it'll be worth it forever. In Proverbs 3 through 8, it says, "Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones." Guys, our trust has to be in the King. It can't be in us. We can't do it. We are not righteous in and of ourselves. We have to put our trust in Jesus. He's the only one that could pay the price for us. So what if you're in a spot where you know you're further away from God this year than you were last year? Let's look in Revelation chapter 2. I'm just going to read part of it. To the angel of the church in Ephesus write, "These are the words of him who holds 7 stars in his right hand and walks among the 7 golden lampstands. I know your deeds, your hard work and your perseverance. I know that you cannot tolerate wicked people, that you have tested those who claim to be apostles but are not, and have found them false. You have persevered and have endured hardships for my name, and have not grown weary. Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken," I'm going to highlight this. "Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken the love you had at first. Consider how you have fallen. Repent and do the things you did at first. If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place." Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken the love you had at first. Consider how far you have fallen. Where were you when you remember being on fire for God? Repent and do the things you did at first. If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place. What are the things that you did at first? When you were first saved, do you remember? Or when you were closest to God? Do you remember these things? The Bible tells us about the fruit of the Spirit. Was there a time in your life when that was more prevalent? What were you doing then? Were you praying more often? Were you doing things for other people more? Were you just more aware of God? Notice it says consider, then repent, and then do all the things you did at first. Guys, I think this is super powerful. And I don't think it would be a bad idea to make a list of all the things that you remember about the time when you were closest to Jesus. And sometimes it won't be warm and fuzzies right now, but sometimes you'll get there. So guys, tell me what you think in the comments. What's your process for staying close Where are you now this year as opposed to last year? Remember, eternity is so much more than all of this, and the stakes are high. Love you guys.